Chapter 5, Mishnah 3. Handles are not the only attachments to an oven or kira that are considered part of it. The Mishnah discusses other things associated with an oven and kira and teaches what are considered part of them and become tameh along with them, and which are not considered part of them. The rim attached to the roof of a kira is tahor, does not become tameh, because most people do not attach rims to their kiras. Therefore, even if someone did attach a rim, it is not considered part of the kira. The law for the courtyard of an oven, a small enclosure next to the oven in which hot bread is placed when it is first removed from the oven, is as follows. When it is 4 tefachim high, it becomes tameh through direct contact with the source of tuma, such as the sheretz, that touches the inside of it, and through a source of tuma entering its airspace even without touching it. Since this enclosure is next to the oven and used together with it, it too is treated with the law of an oven. Therefore, if it is 4 tefachim high, the minimum size of an oven, it becomes tameh according to the rules of earthenware ovens. But if the enclosure is less than 4 tefachim high, it is tahor, because it does not have the minimum size needed for an oven. In the previous case, the enclosure was not actually attached to the oven. The Mishnah now teaches that the rule is different in a case where it is attached. If the courtyard was attached to the oven by being pasted to it, even if it is sitting on 3 stones rather than on the ground, making for a weak connection, it is tameh, even if it is less than 4 tefachim high. Since it is attached to the oven, it is considered part of the oven, and it does not have to be the size of an oven on its own. The Mishnah now discusses the law of various containers that were often attached to the outside of a kira. An oil flask holder, i.e. a holder in which a jar of oil could be placed to be warmed by the heat of the kira, a spice holder, and a lamp holder that are attached to the side of a kira, become tameh through contact when a source of tuma touches the kira to which they are attached. But they do not become tameh through tuma that enters the airspace of the kira. That is, if a source of tuma touches the inside of the kira and makes it tameh, these holders become tameh as well. But if the source of tuma merely enters the airspace of the kira without touching it, only the kira becomes tameh, but not the holders. The reason for this distinction is that the holders are not really considered part of the kira, and really should not become tameh with it at all. The rabbis, however, decreed that they should be treated like part of the kira, but they made this decree only in cases where the tuma actually touches the inside of the kira, but not when it merely enters its airspace. These are the words of Rabbi Meir. The next Tana disagrees. Rabbi Shimon rules that the holders are tahor even if the kira became tameh by being touched on the inside by a source of tuma. According to Rabbi Shimon, the rabbis never made a decree to make the holders tameh through the tuma of the kira.